Daily commuting can get quite troublesome. I don't know how many times I've imagined how good it would be to have a flying car and just take off up into the sky and wave goodbye to the traffic jam. Well, I won't have to dream much longer, as that exact scenario is almost a reality in China. Hello and welcome to this episode of Tech Please with Chen Chen. The Guangzhou-based transportation company called Yihang announced in mid-October that it had obtained the world's first type certificate for passenger-carrying unmanned aerial vehicles from the Civil Aviation Administration of China. This piece of paper is of great importance, not only because it's the world's first, but it tells us that the model design is safe for taking passengers up into the air. These flying vehicles are actually eVTOL, which stands for Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing Aircraft. Now you may ask, what's the difference between a helicopter and an eVTOL? Well, an eVTOL is powered by electricity, so it's clean and it's surprisingly quiet. And unlike helicopters, they don't always require a pilot, as some are fully autonomous. Yihang's model adopts a relatively simple design: 8 rotors with 16 propellers, with a top speed of 130 kilometers per hour and a maximum distance of 30 kilometers. If you look at it, it's pretty much like an enlarged drone, and while that means its flying range is compromised, it's actually perfect for intracity transportation. So it could get us, say, from a city's central area to the airport in about 10 to 15 minutes. The tilt rotor design is of a better option, as it is more aerodynamic. The California-based tech company Joby Aviation and the Shanghai-based startup TCAP Tech are pioneering in this type of design. And TCAP, which metaphors for time taxi in Chinese, just had its first flight test on the prototype of E20, the company's tilt-rotor eVTOL. China seems to be more encouraging in its development of these, as eVTOLs are considered a major part of the country's push for sustainable aviation. A development outline for green aviation manufacturing has been announced by the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology and the CAAC for the period of 2023 to 2035. And then pilot operation plans for these vehicles are expected to begin. This makes me wonder, just how new is this industry? Why is there so much momentum behind it now? Well, I found someone who's been involved since the early days.
Together, I think I already, studied this industry for around 7 years or 6 years. All the technology are recently mature in the new material, light material like carbon fibers and autonomous drive technology. This is the first time Yihang got this kind of certification, and globally, this is also the first time. There's no existing rule can be followed. This process will also be used to the other vehicles, and it will drive the market to a relative higher speed growth. This is also show the government ambition in order to release the low air and to fulfill the transportation needs.
In this expanding market, eVTOLs aren't just for commuting. They can be used for much more. For example, the emergency services could use them to bypass traffic and get someone to the hospital much faster. Or conversely, imagine using them for sightseeing, getting unique aerial views of beautiful tourist destinations. In fact, the city of Paris is already planning for this and are aiming to use a small fleet of electric flying taxis during the 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games for sightseeing and shuttling fans and athletes to and from the airport without adding to the city's already dense traffic. Well, just think about it. That's not even a full year away. The future of flight is just around the corner. And I can't wait to try one of these flying taxis myself. What about you? Do you want to go on an aerial tour of Paris in one of these futuristic flying machines? Leave a comment and let us know. That's it for this episode. Stay tuned for more Tech, please.